Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another normal game sent in by you, the fans, to Lifesaglitchtv at gmail.com. Mr. Maximus Black.
Yes.
Hit me up with the sound of accidentally going outside today.
Fuck, it's hot as fuck!
It's crazy out here in these streets.
It is kind of crazy. What the absolute living,
What is going on?
Why is he going for the 3 gas open? I mean, is this a strat on? Okay.
Okay.
Oh, okay. He did that so that he could get more
the extra
drones,
drone?
and then cancel them and get more. So he's literally doing the opposite. So he's not actually getting any gas. He's trying to get as much minerals as possible to go for this super fast in your own base. This is why I don't like gold stuff on maps. I just feel like Zerg gets the upper hand. And you know what? I'm a biased Protoss player, and I actually don't know if there is a legitimate advantage to Zerg being able to get gold faster than the other races. But and it's not, I mean, in theory, you can get it around the same time, but the problem is when you go for a very fast Nexus or a very fast command center, it cripples your builds. And I feel like it cripples, like you leave yourself so far open, but for Zerg, you're always going to get down that hatch early anyway. And I shouldn't say it doesn't matter where you make the hatch, because of course, the closer you can get it to your main, the better. But I feel like whether you put it here, or put it here, it doesn't really make too much of a difference. Obviously, here is optimal because you're already in your base, much easier to defend.
Yes.
You have your queen, you can transfuse, you know, you could put down a spine and kind of deal with both bases. But down here on the other end, if a Protoss player, say for example, the gold was here or the gold was here, you would be putting yourself at a pretty severe disadvantage. It just so happens that it kind of works well in the main if you're kind of opening up for a fast Nexus type build, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I follow. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I mean, it is, you would think that it would all work out relatively equally amongst the races on maps like this, and odds are across, if you sampled across all leagues and stuff, it's probably pretty friggin' close.
Yeah.
But it does feel like if you can get into, maybe it's less about how fast you can get into the third, and or how fast you can get into that base, and then how or what that base means for the race.
Yeah.
So for Zerg, the gold, you can maybe make an argument that for certain amounts of early game, difficult to defend pushes, timing attacks, whether that's like a roach all in or something else where you need a lot of minerals, not a lot of gas. Maybe that's the difference maker.
Yeah.
That doesn't seem to be what we're seeing here. He just seems to have been happy to grab it, perhaps to get to a third faster than he would normally or otherwise. He doesn't seem to be pushing super aggressive. Some of that might be the map. This is, I think, a relatively long way from point A to point B.
Yeah.
And so that might be holding him back as well. But I agree. I mean, you would think it's probably evens out, but I'm sure there are certain builds or timings that become, you know, at least the other player should be more aware of them when you're on a map like this.
Yeah, I mean, I'm an aggressive player anyway, so I automatically feel a certain way about having to be like forced to play a hard macro game, because I feel like on a map like this, you're up against Zerg, you know for a fact they're going to go ahead and immediately expand into that gold, and there's really not much you can do about it. I mean, you can try and punish it via like doing a 4-gate all-in or something along those lines, or like a 3-gate robo all-in. And that could very well work, and you could probably punish a greedy Zerg that is trying, and making the assumption that you don't actually expand yourself. But I feel like with this map length, that would even become a little challenging, because, you know, you've got to work your way across the map. But, you know, enough about that. It is what it is. Both players are macroing out. Pretty even game thus far. 51 supply to the 49, so pretty neck and neck. In terms of tech here, we do have the robo going down, so this is a 3-gate robo style. Going a much heavier adept unit composition, does not have a Twilight Council out to get any adept upgrades, and is sitting with 5 probes idle, or now 6. He did not. Right, there we go. Right-click onto that. But yeah, I mean, pretty standard opening here, I guess, for a gold. This is gold level, so gold level play. Seems like both players are doing reasonably well, and I would actually venture to say that the Zerg seems to be a little bit more comfortable, I guess, or a little bit more focused on what they're planning on doing. It seems like they got a game plan, a build they're going to do. Down here, it seems a little bit more of a freestyle-esque type build because of the amount of adepts, but is doing no harassment or anything with them. They're just kind of sitting here as defensive units.
Yeah, no, I follow. It does look like, I mean, he's about to see it now. He's got the observer up there, so at least he's scouting. He might not have a perfect game plan, but at least he's getting some scouting information with that observer up there. He's going to see all of those Zerglings, a couple of Banelings at the front. He can probably assume, given the sheer number of Zerglings he saw there, even though he may not have seen these ones down here in the towards the bottom right, that he's looking at some form of aggressive bust and just overwhelm.
Yep.
At the ramp, and this is a good map for that because you've got 2 ramps to get into the main here.
And he
right?
just opened this
now
up.
You've got to, yeah, you've got to choose which one you're going to I guess funnel units into.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to have more sentries here, almost guaranteed. Ideally,
or he needs
otherwise
the
you
wall.
might run into a bit of. Or he needs to wall. I mean, just intended like out on the field. Like if he's going to get overrun by Zerglings and Banelings, a couple extra sentries probably wouldn't be a bad idea. But here, especially, unless he's going to wall, no questions asked. But for now, it seems like the Zerg. I was about to say, before I started this other conversation, I thought he was going to get ready to go. Okay, never mind. Here we go.
Yeah.
So
It's
he
gonna
is
be all
going to
in.
head out now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's exactly what you said. It's going to boil down to the force fields. And can he get off proper force fields? He is going into the third now, and there is 3 cannons out here, which is bad news bears here for Metal. Very good force field, stopping those. He's trying to run into the base, will manage to get a few of them in. The Banelings do absolutely nothing, and there's only about 8 or 9 Zerglings inside the base. Going to be able to pick off probably 10 to 12 probes. I probably would not be right-clicking probes onto them, just kind of right-click onto an assimilator. But he's just going to go ahead and use those, and he needs to immediately counter. There is no sit back and let's wait. He lost, I don't think, a single unit outside of probes. The guy lost the entire army. It is time for him to go and counter now.
Yeah, you have to. You can't be standing here. You can't even think about it. Like
No.
you are already A-moving. You're not waiting for one more adept. You're not waiting for one more cycle. Like this is already too late. You've already spent too much time.
Yeah,
like you're against the Zerg, you know that he's minimum 3 base. It's a big map. By the time you get there, you know you're already against at least a partially reconstituted army.
Yep.
But now he's now he's going to be on the defensive again because the Zerg is going to come down for a round 2, having not experienced any pushback at all.
Yeah.
Which might also signal to Zerg that hey, fuck it, maybe I attack again and expand again because I'm not even getting any pushback.
Well, here we go. He's going to put down more force fields, and the entire army is basically going to get destroyed again. He's fixated on killing the probes here at the third. Manages to do just that. Every single probe is going to die here at the third. And you know what? That's a very good attack from Metal if YoonBot does not go and counter. He needs to go. And he's finally going. He's still sitting on 1,000 minerals. I would like to see him warp in some more units here just in case another Ling run-by happens. Because oftentimes, when those bad engagements happen from one side, they will try and bait you to go back. Banelings going into the front of the army, taking out the front bit of the sentries, but now a Colossi is in the fray, and this could be the beginning of the end here. This is a scary army for just Zerglings and Banelings.
I would say so. We've got 20 more Zerglings being created. Instead of expanding, he built 2 more macro hatches, which told you if you didn't already. Despite the fact that his opponent gave him a window to maybe get out of an all-in situation with this unit comp, he's clearly after 2 more macro hatches. He's all in on Zerglings, and with that 1 Colossus in there, the Adepts, any amount of zealots. It's going to make it very difficult for the Zerg to be able to come out of this now, unless he gets very lucky with some out of position Protoss units, which thus far is not happening.
No.
And that giraffe is going to work.
Yeah, the giraffe is going to work, but he's right-clicked on the spawning pool, and the Colossus goes down for no reason at all. He's so fixated on the stupid fucking spawning pool. Just end the game, bro. I mean, the base is designed for Protoss right now. You want to keep these small little chokeholds there, especially with the Colossus in play, and just use force fields. Have the Lings kind of having to run around here. These Adepts are just going to eat through them. And, I mean, he's still winning the game. I mean, it's pretty much going to be over. There is a counterattack on the other side with the Zerglings. The third base is going down. They're actually... Holy shit, we missed a lot. The whole... Okay. So the Lings that were down here, I didn't even see that happen. I was too busy yapping. And, well, now it's a base race. And him losing that Colossus it hurts even more because of that. He needs to recall back at home now while he still has a Nexus.
Yeah, this is actually catastrophic. I didn't notice it either. I wasn't paying too close attention to the mini-map at the time.
Recall!
I probably should have. It's funny. You should be recalling right now.
Oh no, he doesn't have a single probe on. He doesn't have a single probe on the map.
No. Okay, all right. Okay, so this just gets now we're in full-blown base race maneuver at this point. He's got no probes to build anything else. He's going to have to make the hard choice of whether or not he just cripples the Zerg as much as possible and then leaves him to his own devices to save his base down bottom. Yeah. He's going to have to send a couple of zealots around the map to find where he's got everything hiding right now, because with the amount of stuff on the map that Zerg has got shit hidden. This is catastrophe. And it's funny you said, they might follow up, and they did, and we still managed to not see it happen in real time. But Zergling, the swarm is real.
Yeah, I mean, this is over. I mean, he needed to recall. Why wouldn't you recall? You don't even need to recall your whole army. Take a quarter of it. All it was a little bit of Zerglings. I mean, with a couple of decent force fields in position, you're going to at least keep the Nexus alive. And now, he's dead. It's over. He's going to lose this game right now. Game over.
Wow.
Oh, my God.
Wow. Wow.
All right. Well, hey, good on the Zerg. That little pack of Zerglings down here. I called it out.
Did we even introduce the player names at the beginning? I don't think we did. I'm just thinking of this now.
I don't think so.
YoonBot just got his shit pushed in by 1,000 Zerglings from OlovMETAL.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, holy shit. I really thought that the Zerg was down and out. I mean, and he should have been, because on the first defense
should have just
YoonBot held.
Yeah.
An immediate counter was an almost guaranteed victory without some serious mismanagement of the units.
Yep.
The second one was a little sketchier because the Zerg had more time, and then on that counter, or just had those Zerglings down there, and then again, no recall at all. Not even, like you said, not even like a couple of units, anything.
I know.
To help hold the tide.
Yeah.
Damn.
Well
done, Metal.
I mean, hey, the fact that we missed it kind of created a little bit more of an exciting game. So, I mean, it kind of worked out to begin with.
That's true.
Yeah, very, very solid. I mean, good. This is a fucking good gold game. I mean,
I liked it.
This is
gold. This is fire.
Gold. This is really, really exciting. This is a good game. So, yeah, guys, hit that like button. Make sure to send in your replays to lifesaglitchtv@gmail.com. The link for that is in the description of the stream or of the video. And don't forget to go check out our sponsor, NordVPN. We will see you guys on the next one. Peace.